Next up on the show, we take you to Nashville to Michael Swift. He is the owner and CEO of the Michael Swift team. He is an expert in new construction, and he has won various awards over his career. Michael, thank you so much for coming on to the American Dream. Great to have you here today.
Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. I'm glad to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
So one of the hot topics that I know you're always asked is the shortage in inventory in Tennessee and how that maybe will affect the home buying process. And also, it makes it extremely difficult for buyers to get into a home because there's always multiple offers. So what I want to ask you is, what advice would you give to other realtors in your market, and how should they help their clients overcome this challenge?
Sarah, I could probably spend an hour on this topic, but the best advice I have to give to agents out there in the marketplace is get your clients to a new home that just hit the market first. It gives you the opportunity to put an offer in on that house before anybody else does. That's the most important thing. But you know, there's a contentious atmosphere in regards to listing agents when they put their houses on the market. The standards that they set, or the expectations that they set for reviewing of offers, either they're going to accept or they're going to counter the best offer. A lot of times the communication there for the expectations for how the buyer agent representative is actually taking care of their client. When a buyer rep is actually submitting an offer, we don't know unless they put it in the MLS the day and time that they're thinking about meeting with their clients. But here's the problem. They could say today's Sunday. Thursday is the date or day and deadline for the offers reviews with their clients. But the buyer agent gets a call or a message from the listing agent saying that they accepted an offer on Tuesday. Not really fair, is it?
No.
But it's the seller's right to do that. So the best advice I have to give is really put your best foot forward in making the best offer. I call it the Godfather. Just make them an offer they can't refuse.
There you go. There you go. Then they can't refuse it, like you said. Well, I want to ask you too, do you still have people asking for foreclosure properties in your market, and are there still deals to be had in your marketplace?
There's great deals to be had. However, when you're looking at a foreclosure, when I get that question, it usually means, and I ask this question to clients, does that mean that you're really just looking for the best possible deal? Are you looking for the best price on a home? The answer is typically yes. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So my advice is to just look for the right home that fits you and your family. Look for the perfect home there, because really when you're buying a foreclosure, especially in Nashville's hot market, what you're doing is buying a house at market value minus the cost of repairs. So are you really getting a deal? Not really. What you're really doing is buying a house with issues that you're going to have to deal with. And here's another problem with that. Your loan program that you're approved for may not allow you to buy a house that has issues. So you really need expert advice and representation. So definitely, contact your realtor today if you're interested in getting in the market to talk about that.
All right, Michael, before we wrap, speaking of loans, what is the difference between working with a bank or mortgage company in your market, and does it really matter where you're getting your loan from?
It absolutely matters. It's extremely important who you're using to borrow money with to buy your home, that they're a professional service provider. They can give you the best rates and service. Look, banks are great. They're a great place to save or store your money, but they're really not great at giving great customer service and the best rates. And in today's market, you need answers fast when you're looking at homes. I mean, think about this. Banks, they shut down, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And when are you looking at houses? You're probably looking at houses on the weekdays and the evenings, and probably Saturday and Sunday. Well, Saturday, you can forget about the banks. Their lending departments are closed down. You definitely don't see them Sundays. So having a mortgage lender like Churchill, for example, does a wonderful job. You want to contact somebody and be in touch with a top professional that you can call on the phone. You can get them, so you can get the numbers that you need to formulate a successful and winning offer. And you can't do that if you can't get in touch with your lender. So it's extremely important who you're utilizing.
All right, Michael Swift, thank you so much for your insight from Nashville, owner and CEO of the Michael Swift team. Thank you so much for coming on to the American Dream.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. It's nice to be here.
We'll see you soon. And with that, we'll be right back.